welcome to another episode of Fides Time. Fides Time is your weekly program that brings you discussion around happenings within and around you. In today's episode of the program, we shall be discussing and celebrating the International Day of the Girl Child, a universal event that took place globally yesterday. With me in the studio this morning, I have Irene,
Yeah.
pardon my pronunciation.
Good morning.
Irene is a very dedicated young lady who is committed towards community development. She's one who is also an advocate for the girl child. Irene, you're welcome to the
Exactly.
show.
Thank you very much.
All right, before we forge ahead, before we move forward this morning, I would want you to sit back, relax, get your cup of tea. We have a lot to discuss and digest
Exactly.
this morning, yeah. So, quickly before we move forward, I'd like to take a very short commercial break. And then when we're back from the break, we will now tell you what we have packaged for you this morning. Welcome back. International Day of the Girl Child. Irene,
Yes.
what, in your own calculation, was
Yeah.
International Day of the Girl Child? And what brought about such celebration?
Well, as the name implies, International Day for the Girl Child. So it's girls, only girls to the world. Yeah. So this event is usually celebrated on 11th October annually. So it's a day to create awareness for the girl child, showcasing maybe their challenges, the challenges they encounter as a girl, as a lady in the world, and making them to understand that, yes, they have strength in them because, yes, females are usually seen as maybe the weaker vessel, if I may say that, yeah. But this day, 11th, we use it to also tell them that, yes, you can also be that which you want to be, even as a girl. So, yes, that's it.
Okay, uh, let me go in the words of BU. Curiosity made me ask.
Okay.
Do you think that that event is so significant that the United Nations decided that it must be celebrated every 11th day of October?
Of course, they saw the need for it to be done. And yes, I would say it's very significant because they didn't just wake up and decided to do such. They have looked around and they have seen what's happening around. Most times, the girls are always the victim of so many bad things you get. So they decided to do this celebration. And yes, it has been fruitful all the time because in today's world, it's no longer like the olden days that women do not do anything. You do not see them outside. They do not participate in anything civil or whatsoever. So, but with this celebration, International Day for the Girl Child, you find out that girls now, ladies, are even taking the lead, and men follow. So, yeah, I think it's quite significant. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit off my script,
All
but I
right.
think it's important.
Okay.
International Day for the Girl Child. International Day of the Girl Child. Yeah, I admit, just like you rightly said, that the role the girl child plays in the society
Yeah.
cannot be overemphasized.
It can never be overemphasized, yeah.
I grew up in a family where I have siblings
Yeah.
who are girls.
Oh, wow.
And then it's amazing to see how that at very tender age, these young girls are trained to assume the position of mothers.
Of course.
You see 11-year-old young
Girl.
girl already learning the practice of cooking, and she does that exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a proven fact that there are chances that a girl is likely to keep a home better than
A man, of
that
course.
would be an argument for another
Yeah,
day.
okay.
By the way.
All
All right,
right.
so why do we have International Day of the Girl Child, but we don't have International Day, or rather, I don't know if we do, but then I am thinking that my memory have not served me recollecting any United Nations approved day to celebrate the boy child. Why?
I see. Well, anyways, as I said earlier, they know that the girls, ladies, are always the victim. And they know the strength of a woman. It can never be compared to that of a guy. I'm not saying that men don't have strength. Everyone has each of their strengths and all these things, yes. But then, women are great. It cannot be overemphasized. So there should be a day to celebrate them. Do you know why the celebration? Because after everything the woman does, it seems that they are not well recognized, even though they are trying, they are doing all those things, but the society doesn't see it as anything. Even in families, they don't see it as, someone just said, you'll be doing all the chores in the house, doing everything, cooking, sweeping. Nobody will compliment you, nobody will tell you thank you. But the single day you did not do that chore, that is when someone will notice, this house is quite dirty, what's happening? But you've been doing it all this while, but no compliments, you see. So that's why, I think the summary is that they know that women are always the victim, and they have seen how women are being treated in the society. Most times it seems they are overshadowed. They are second-class citizens. So with this celebration now, to create awareness and to tell ladies out there, so if you are listening to me and you're a lady, you are not a second-class citizen. In fact, you are the first-class citizen. Every other person follows. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, driving back home.
Yeah.
The 2024 International Day of the Girl Child's theme is Girls, Vision for the Future.
Yeah.
Girls, Vision for the Future. I'm disturbed.
Okay.
In recent time, girls have been involved in so many unprintable behavior.
Okay.
Lately, as part to eradicate unnecessary show of what Governor Soludo would call indecent behavior,
Okay.
he has decided to eradicate the popularly known Abakaliki streets.
Yeah.
And I was made to understand that he has decided to give some of these girls, in quote, the future, by encouraging them to enroll in his program he called One Youth, Two Skills.
Yeah.
But some of these girls, still, in quote, would prefer to go back to Abakaliki streets and then do what they are best known to do. That's one.
Okay.
Secondly, girls have been involved in so many atrocities. In so many atrocities like fraud, like kidnapping. Generally, girls have these innocent presentation. So if it's coming from a girl, it is assumed it's genuine.
Yeah.
So are we getting it wrong? Is there somewhere we are missing it? What do you have to say about that?
Well, I will say that's the reason for this day, our International Day for the Girl Child, because I would say the society, I think the society in general is the problem we're having. And girls themselves like you said, Governor Saludo decided to eradicate the Abakaliki Street, the girls that stay there, yeah, and decided to enroll them in his One Youth, Two Skill. That's a very commendable one. But you still see some girls going back there and doing the same thing. Yes, I think the society, well, of course, the girl child in question, I am not saying that they have all the right to go back there, but if you look at it from another side, you will see that the society has it all. Remember, the girl that stays in Abakaliki Street was also raised by a mother, a woman. She comes from home. She has a family. So had it been this international day for the girls is being taken seriously, and the mother of that girl that stays in Abakaliki Street would have done better by impacting the knowledge he should have impacted in that girl. Maybe the lady there does not know her value. That is the reason for this day, to tell girls what they can do. Maybe to her, she can't do anything for herself. Maybe she's not educated and she doesn't have a skill or whatsoever. And then she resorted to going there and doing whatever thing she thinks is right for her to do to get money. Do you understand what I'm saying? So yes, but from this International Day for the Girls, after every awareness that is being created, after the talks, after the seminars and all of that, if the effectiveness, you asked of the significance the other time, yes. So after this celebration now, we tend to have, we are supposed to have less people going back to that Abakaliki Street. Do you understand? So we need to maybe sensitize, or I call sensitization, to sensitize the young girls that go to telling them that you are more than this. Because they don't know, most of them are even ignorant of themselves. They don't even know what they can do and what they cannot do. So they need someone to tell them, someone to reassure them that you are great, that you can do more than that you are doing there. So that is why we have these days, part of it, to sensitize those girls there, to make them know that you can do better, you are more than this. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much, Irene, for this very depth revelation.
Yeah.
Now, moving on, let me quickly thank online follower there who have been following today's episode of the program. At this juncture, I want to get you involved, okay? Now, the discussion is around International Day of the Girl Child. As a girl child there listening to me this morning, what do you think we can do better? We, I mean the girl child. What do you think we can do better? Where do you think we are getting it wrong and then we need to fix it? Okay? So you can leave your comments in the comment section. I'm going to read them and then we will discuss your comments. Okay? Now, for the boy child who is following this program, I would want to give you the platform now, or rather we want to give you the platform now to celebrate your siblings, your mother, your relatives who are actually belonging to these, the girl child group. So use this program now to celebrate them on the comment section. We would also read it out and then give your siblings that shout out. So, following us online, we thank you for joining, and then we look forward to your comments. While we wait for that, Irene, back to you.
Okay.
International Day of the Girl Child, such a big event.
A very big one.
Some people would argue that it is wrong for the girl child to be seen doing some, in quote, masculine inclined works.
Okay.
But we're in a time where most people would rather trust a girl to do some of these masculine inclined jobs. I'll give you an instance.
Okay.
I know of a lady, I think they call her the painting diva, or
Okay.
the
The paint diva,
Yeah, paint diva. 2021 or 2022 International Day of the Girl Child, we worked so closely with her. I think Amaka is her name. I can't remember. Am I right?
Yeah.
I can't really remember right now. But then, this lady has created a niche for herself in the painting business.
Yeah.
And I think she actually added car wash
Yeah,
to
recently,
that. And then these are jobs that are seen to be in quotes masculine. I know of a lady currently who is into mechanics, fixing vehicles.
Automobiles, yeah.
And then these girls, they exceptionally do it perfectly. Currently, close to where I stay, I know of a lady who is involved in what's it called, barbing.
Oh, wow.
And she does it neatly, even better than
The boys.
some guys. What do you take home from this?
The same thing we are saying. There is nothing you want to do as a lady that you cannot do, actually. It only takes you, yourself, convincing yourself, motivating yourself, because you don't need someone to motivate you. It comes from within, it comes from inside. So as the girl child, you have seen, you have heard us talk about the paint diva. You've also heard us talk about a girl that is involved in barbing, a haircut, and all of that. This simply shows you that there's nothing you cannot venture into. So far, it doesn't have any health-related whatever to you as a lady.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything bad in it. You understand? So the world is going, there's no the world doesn't have formula now. There's no specific thing you say, okay, this is just for the guys and this is just for the girls. The aim is to make it, to have money to sustain yourself. So anything you feel you can do as a lady that doesn't contradict maybe your health or whatever, you have this friend, what's stopping you? You can go ahead and do it. So there's no formula to this world again. Do you understand? So yeah.
I picked one thing from your submission.
Yeah.
There is no
formula. This life has no formula, actually.
So just try it.
Just try it. It works out for you.
Lucky.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to speak right now to the younger girl child, the ones who are not yet sure of what the future holds for them. What's your message to girl child in such? I'm talking about those ones around the age of 9 and below.
Okay. First, I want to talk to parents of the girl child that is 9 and below.
9.
Because this thing starts from home. You know, they say family is the smallest society or something like that. Yeah. So it starts from home.
That's true.
So you that you have boys and you have girls in your house, most times I see some parents, in as much as they are still young, they're giving that boy child the impression, even when the girl child is older, they're giving the boy child the impression that you are more than that's your sister. You see them sharing something and the girl child that is older will be the last to take, or you see some kind of behaviors they exhibit. So I want to talk to them now. Please do not give them that impression that they are more than the boys, they are more than the girl child. There's nothing like that, because it starts from home. That boy that is 10, that is 8, that is 7 years old in your house will later grow into an adult. And when he comes into the society, it is what you told him at home that he has in his mind. And that is what he would take out. And that is why we see violence everywhere, maybe from the boys. And you as a girl child that is below, why I talked to parents of those girl child within that age is because the girl child in question within that age doesn't know much.
That's true.
Yeah, she doesn't know much. She doesn't even know what she can do. So it starts from the parents. So you as a parent, you have that job first, as she's just tender until she grows into an adult. So yes, let's stop giving them the impression that because they are girls, they are less. Yes. If she's older, let her do what older siblings do. If the boy is younger, let him know that he is the younger sibling to her and not the older one. Yes, and then you keep telling her that she is I have this thing I always tell people, I always tell them, you are the best, you are amazing, you can do it. God is always with you, and today is your day. I love those lines. So keep telling your daughter that she is the best.
Positive.
Be positive. Tell her stuff that will motivate her. Tell her stuff that when she grows into an adult, as she moves into the society, she wouldn't be afraid of anything. But if you train her in such a manner that, when she grows into an adult, she comes into the society and she's afraid, and she will easily be subdued because of the training she got from house. You understand?
Thank you so much, Irene, for that. And I think it's very important we with real more emphasis on that, all right?
Yes.
Parents, we encourage you to, beyond the International Day of the Girl Child, be positive towards your
girl
children,
child.
particularly the girl child. While talking to them, be subtle. Yeah, the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil
The child.
But then, be subtle. Be subtle in the sense that you don't get so hard on them. I think lately one of my relatives called and she was pleading with me to talk to her mom. She don't like the fact that her mom is beginning to think she's into prostitution.
Wow.
So imagine your parents are the ones giving you
the impression.
that signal. Yes, they're beginning to stay back home. And then according to the poor lady's narrative, she's actually trying to get involved in learning one or two skills that could help her and eventually help the family, at large. Okay, so I would want to quickly thank those who are following us online. I can see Precious Ihunaya, Ukeje, Wafo Chigozie, Miko, Grace Mark, Regina Johnson, and a host of so many others who are following this program live. We thank you for joining us. Like I said earlier, we would encourage you to, for the girl child who are following, I mean the girls who are following, you can leave comments. What do you think we can do, in quotes, as the girl child to make things easier and better for us? And then where do you think the girl child is getting it all wrongly in our society lately? What can we do to correct, what can be done rather to correct that impression? And then to the boy child who is following the show, you can use this avenue to celebrate your siblings who are the girl child on the 2024 occasion of the International Day of the Girl Child. Now moving on, let me also use this opportunity before I throw that question to you, Irene. I realized, right, that in Anambra State, let me narrow it down to where I am sure, in Oka, little or nothing was done to mark and celebrate this event yesterday. In some parts of the world, this is a very big event. They know that the girl child is the engine room for innovation. The girl child is the engine room for creativity. They even assume that without the girl child, there is no humanity.
There's no society
There
at
is
all.
no society.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I am certain that in Oka, African Women Lawyers Association in Nigeria, Oka branch, I saw them mark and celebrate it, all thanks to Barrister Amaka Izeno, who I'm sure was one of the organizers of that. I saw that they celebrated this event. They went to some secondary schools to talk to children, encourage the girl child, make them understand really they are great, and then there is nothing they cannot do. I saw in one of their quote that the girl child is more than enough. And that is for me. So what do you have to take? What do we need to do to make the 2025 International Day of the Girl Child bigger and better in Anambra State?
What we need to do is this thing that we are doing now. You get creating that awareness. Maybe they haven't seen it as something that's worth celebrating, but when they look around and see that people are celebrating it and it's worth celebrating, I believe they can do better next year. They only need sensitization and let people know. And it's not even, most people don't know that yesterday was the International Day for the Girl Child. Do you understand? So most people are not even aware of it. But if we take it upon ourselves to create that awareness and sensitize people all over the world, especially in Anambra State and in Oka, about this celebration, I believe most people will have interest in that celebration regarding things and how the society treats and operates when it comes to women. Okay.
All right. So I haven't said that. I think it's important we celebrate the management of Fides Media, who have decided that this episode of Fides Time will be dedicated fully to celebrate
The girl,
child.
Yeah.
So can we thumbs up to the management of Fides
Fides
Media,
time. Yes,
led
thank
by
you.
Reverend Father Dr. Robert Anagoso and his Deputy Reverend Father Constantine Okoli. Well, thank you for taking up this time to celebrate the girl child everywhere in
Yes,
the world.
we've celebrated it in Oka. You know, you talked about.
Yeah.
So this we are doing
Fides
now.
is celebrating it
We're
in
celebrating
Oka.
the girl child.
I mean, that's true, yeah. So now, let's come home.
Yeah.
Okay, lately, there've been this agitation.
Yeah.
While we are celebrating the girl
Girl
child,
child.
it's also important that we draw close to having a balance. You know, you've not answered my question as to why we don't have.
No, I did. I did actually.
I would think you're a little bit biased about that. Of course, if a whole day can be dedicated to celebrate the girl child, I would think that another day or a whole day to be celebrated to dedicated. You know, this is now. Let me speak like the man that I am. This is partial.
It's not partial. It's not partial. The society actually became. The society was the first to become partial.
How many days of the year is dedicated to celebrate Mothering Sunday?
Just one.
More than one.
Just one.
I mean, I got tired every Sunday.
I get your point. That's what I'm saying. Women, the importance of women, girl child can never. You can keep celebrating them on a daily.
Oh yes, I admit.
Yes, you can keep celebrating them every day.
I have a problem
and
with
it's not even enough.
I have a problem with
Okay.
Oh really?
It's
Celebrating them every day is not even enough.
You are supposed to celebrate them when you wake up, praying to God, thanking Him. You thank God for giving you.
So why are we not doing same with the man?
You know, I can't. You know, you can't just. Okay, let me just say. The men are being celebrated
by God
every day, every day. Because yes, now you people tend to be the
strong ones.
No, the strong ones, but and the strong ones I know they need accolades sometimes.
I mean,
and we give it to you people.
I don't think so.
No, we do.
Or maybe you don't do it enough.
No, we do. It's because they don't see them give accolades to women. That's why they decided to bring out this day.
Sorry, my attention has just been drawn to the fact that actually May 16th is International Day of the Boy Child. I'm just knowing.
You see what I'm saying? So, but even if May 16th, the men, boys, they are being celebrated. Everything goes to the man. Everything goes to the man.
Irene.
What comes to the ladies?
Yeah.
So even 11th October is not even enough. I think we should be celebrated 3 times a year.
The girl child?
Yes.
3 times a year?
So it's not even okay. What are you saying? It's not even okay. You should be celebrated. Do you know what it takes to be a girl?
Irene, you know I know you to be a very good person.
Yeah.
So I want to give you a responsibility.
Okay.
Please, I want you to organize a team that would organize and celebrate the 2025 International Day of the Boy Child.
Are you serious? May 16th.
May 16th. So I want a very big show. Now, you know, I was joking that, or it was on a lighter note, when I said, at some point I got confused. I remember vividly I celebrated my Mothering Sunday. The following Sunday was another Mothering Sunday. And my mom called me.
Again.
To be like, people are celebrating their mothers, you are not I say, wait, but I celebrated you last week again.
You keep celebrating women.
At some point I had to ask someone, then person, no, last week was CWO for the Catholic. This week is for Anglican.
The other one.
You will hear Universal Mothering Sunday. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that while we celebrate the girl child, celebrate our mothers, it is important that we know our roles as women in a family.
Yeah.
The role of the man basically is the head of that family.
Agreed.
So, I understand that there are so many equal rights agitators that feel if you have this right, I also have this right. They call them feminists.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this is one of the major reasons why we have issues in families.
Yeah.
Serious issues in families. Where do you draw the balance, Irene?
What I believe in is equity. Do you understand? I am a lady, you are a man. I'm not even talking about equality, but equity. The treatments you get, I don't see, there shouldn't be any difference in how I'm being treated as a lady and how you are being treated as a man. That is where equity comes in. Everyone should have the same treatment. And when you talk about treatments, you're not talking about equality. You're not talking about men being equal to the lady and both of them trying to say, okay, this one I'm the head, me I'm the neck, and it's the neck that is carrying the head, as you know, something. No, but equity. Let everybody get the same treatment, if whether you are a man or a woman, the same treatment, even in the society, in families. Not because you are the head of the family, you think that the neck, which are the women, they are nothing. It's the neck that's carrying the head. So no, it's equity. Let there be fair treatment between the man and the woman. That's what I stand for.
Thank you so very much for being fair with that response. The problem is, for me, I think some ladies are getting that part all wrong. All right, before we draw close to drawing the curtain, I would want to ask you a very sensitive question. Okay. In your opinion, as a girl child, what do you think is the role of the church? What do you think is the role of the government in promoting and developing the girl child?
The role of the government, first, I'll start with the government, is when it comes to politics, let it not be limited to just the men. Yes. Because you see it in the society, when you are a woman, the first thing that the society will say is, a woman governor. Okay, maybe she will be the second governor of Anambra, women, the second woman to be the governor of Anambra. You know, you see that facial expression when they see a lady in politics. That's how they take you. That's just the general. They see you with one kind eyes that you are a lady. But when it becomes normal, I don't think the society will, do that frowning when it comes. So government, when it comes to politics, do not limit it to just the male. I think a lady who is interested in politics should go for it. I don't see anything bad, the reason why you should restrict whatever thing politics to just the ladies.
Do you have, before you go back to the church, do you have scenario, do you have cases where ladies performed exceptionally well in politics?
Ladies do well in politics, just that they are not given the opportunity to do so. You know, a lady is a mother, and a mother knows how to bring together the family. And just like she brings together her family, she will also bring together whatever society, whatever position that is being given to her. So yes, ladies should be allowed to participate in anything politics if they want, if the person is interested. And again, the government, there should be, like you said, it's been celebrated in Anambra, but not so well. But the government can have a hand in it by organizing maybe seminars or some outreach, whatever, just to sensitize the people that this day is for the girl child and that women are the best. And a girl child is worth celebrating on a daily basis. Because if the society doesn't do these things, that's why it keeps increasing, and a day you keep people, you keep seeing people subjecting women to some things that they are not supposed to be subjected to just because they are women. So when government comes in to these things, it will get easier and simpler. Same thing goes to the church. Church is one of the biggest part of the society. They should also, in church, they should not restrict one position or another to just the male figure. So far you see that this lady can do what is in this thing. What is stopping you? There's no gender. That's what I'm saying, equity. A man can have this position. What is stopping a lady from having the position if the lady has the same capabilities as the man? So the church also, they should sometimes organize seminars, retreat, or whatever meeting, August meeting. They have August meeting. I think that's one of the avenues for this thing. There they'll talk about women and the girl child, sensitizing them on the importance and the worth of women in general.
Okay, thank you so very much, Irene. Well, Irene, I've said a whole lot. in about no time, well, she's encouraged the government to be intentional towards the girl child. I chose the word intentional in the sense that she feels the girl child has been denied some fundamental human rights. Of course, rarely would you see cases of female governors in Nigeria. Rarely, rarely. And, I don't have the facts right now, but then I'm sure you have less than 1/3 of our representatives and even senators as women. So, enough is not yet done. We can begin to entrust some certain level of belief in these young women. And I'm sure that they will do well. We've tried the men, we've tried the young guys.
Let's try
and a couple of
women
them
this
have
time.
failed us. Let's try the girl child. They've proven to be exceptionally creative. Let's try the girl child. Yeah, talking about the church, I think the church is doing well, but not doing enough, like you rightly said.
Yeah.
And then the girl child would also have to take note that they can do better if they try to key into some of the agendas of the church, like the Mary League. I'm sure the Mary League was an initiative of the church to solely concentrate on the girl child, encourage her, teach her on how to become motivate her to become a
because
better.
most girls, they don't know. The thing is, they don't know what they can do, so they need someone to ignite that fire in them, and they will just you see them move on.
Irene is getting me so very emotional this morning. All right, thank you so much, Irene, for your submission. I'll be back to you shortly.
Okay.
All right, then before then again, this is Alexander Johnson and Adejoh, thanking all our online followers for your time this morning. Time is fast spent. We have barely less than 15 minutes to wrap up the show. Well, thank you for joining the show. And then we encourage you. You can leave your questions in case you have any. You can leave your questions in case you have any. You can leave your comments. Be sure that we would attend to your comments. All right? And then if you have shout outs, that's for the boy child. You have shout outs, you want to celebrate your siblings. You want to celebrate your mothers on the occasion of the 2024 International Day of the Girl Child. Please feel free to do that. Before we continue, I'd like us to take a very short commercial break, and then when we're back, we would continue with the show. Thank you. thank you for still staying on the show. I'm Alexander Johnson Adejoh, and I've been on the show with Irene. Irene, thank you so much for your time also.
Yeah, thank you very much for
That being
having me.
said, before we draw the program to a close, Irene, what are your final words on the show?
I have two things to say, one for the girls and one for the boys. Yeah. Please, most times these things happen because we girls, we solely depend on the men, guys, solely. So as a young girl, try to have something you are doing for yourself. That summarizes almost everything we are saying here. And let it now be that with all the things you are doing and all of that, you are still subjected to some treatments. But do not make yourself less by yourself. So find something, engage in something that make sure you are busy doing something good for yourself. Improve in your value, in your worth. Go to seminars, workshops, and all of that and develop yourself and have something doing that generates you income, money, no matter how little. Yes. And for the guys, please, you've known that May 16th is International Day for the Boys. So yes, we also celebrate boys. Thank you very much for being our pillar. Thank you very much for being the head of the family. It's not easy being a man. I wouldn't lie about that. It's not easy being a man, especially in this present society. So kudos to you guys. Kudos to all men that is struggling so hard, making sure that there is food on the table. Thank you very much. You are doing well. We are not forgetting you guys. You guys are also the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Irene, for celebrating me, the
Yes,
boy.
yes, please.
Okay, let me quickly take our time to give a very special shout out to all the girl child working here with us in Fides Media. Talking about Lady Wadi, Florence, the accountant, Oluchi, the account clerk, Copa Joy, and then yeah, of course, Mommy Letitia, the company secretary and director's personal secretary. Thank and appreciate all the ladies, the girl child working with us in the finishing session. I mean, Tinasa, Joy, Comfort, Amaka, Oluchi, Chidima, Kenechi. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody's name. Yeah, we celebrate also Garo Maswai. We celebrate the cook, the director's cook, who again, all the ladies working in Fides Media, we celebrate. Did I forget to celebrate my own dear Kosi? Yeah, we celebrate Kosi and her league of friends. Who again, yeah, of course, I must celebrate my siblings, talking about Maria Johnson, Regina Johnson, Agnes Johnson, my mom, Rosemary, Abba Johnson, all my friends, Grace Mark, who again, Nina, all my female friends, Mercy Hill, Adejoh Moke, Adejoh, Shaninat, China Gorum, who again, I'm forgetting names, please help me. All of you, all the female friends around my life, I celebrate you on the occasion rather, of the International Day of the Girl Child. And I think the guys, it's high time we team up and then organize the International Day of the Boy Child. We're going to make it a very big show. And then, yes, we did it. All right, thank you so much for your time. Until I come your way next week, Saturday, 8 a.m. is the time. On Fides Time, we want to thank you for your time today. And we hope you enjoyed the show. Join us same time, same station next week. Thank you. Bye.